this is Lily again. Welcome to Jamestown KP videos. In this video we are going to talk about comparatives, comparative degrees of adjectives. We have two types of comparative degrees of adjectives, of inequality and of equality. In the case of inequality, we say that people or things are different in a particular way. We can use comparative adjectives in this case, adding er at the end of the adjective and then adding the word than. Or if the adjectives are longer than two syllables, we add the word more or less at the beginning, that is to say before the adjective, and then after the adjective than. When we talk about adjectives of equality, we say that people or things are equal in a particular way. In this case, we use as plus the adjective and as again. Or we can also emphasize this characteristic and say as much or as many plus the adjective and as again. Here's the rule. For one-syllable adjectives or two-syllable adjectives, sum of two-syllable adjectives, for example, cheap, big, we add er. In the case of big, that is a monosyllabic adjective, we double the consonant and we add er at the end of the adjective. Then we have some other adjectives which end in y. In this case, we drop the y and we add I and the final particle er. And then we have nice, ending in a vowel. In this case, we add just r, and nice turns into nicer. There are some other adjectives, two-syllable adjectives and more than two-syllable adjectives. In this case, they are called long adjectives, and we add the particle more or less at the beginning, before the adjective, and then after the adjective, than again. For example, example of long adjectives are expensive, serious, correct, turning into more or less expensive, more or less serious, more or less correct. And then we have the irregular adjectives. What are irregular adjectives? Irregular adjectives are those that we change the form. That is to say, for example, good turns into better, then bad turns into worse. Much and many, that are quantifiers, they become more. Little, less, and far, farther. In this case, far has two ways of comparison. For example, farther or further. And we have old. It has two ways of comparison. And it is older and elder. And then we have late, that is later or the latter. Here there are some examples. He is much older than her. The baby is more attractive than you. The brown jacket is less stylish than the white one. And my hands were as cold as ice. In this case, we talk about comparing. We compare that hands are as cold as ice. I earn as much money as you, and she has as many credit cards as her husband. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow us in our social networks.